Welcome to Talk Rice to Me. I am Jay.
I am Jesse.
I'm Vivian.
Viv, have you seen the TikTok of the guy where he says that Gen Z people look older than millennials?
Yeah.
So y'all seen this, right?
Yes, come here. I am 26. This dude is so funny.
Apparently, Gen Z is like aging really rapidly.
It is mainly because of the stress. Come here. We live in a time nowadays where millennials look way younger for their age, while Gen Z looks way older for their age. If you don't believe me, I'm Gen Z. Get closer. I am Gen Z and nobody ever believes me. When my mom and I walk out in public, people think that my mom is my younger sister. Right. When I tell people, oh, I'm going to go hang out with my family, they think I'm talking about my children. I don't have kids. Right. I'm talking about my parents. I'm still the child. Does that make sense? I'll put it to you like this. Zendaya is older than me. Tom Holland is older than me. That's, you know what I'm saying right now? There was one time I wanted an autograph from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, right? I was standing for hours for this autograph, and when he walked up to me, I said, can you please sign this poster? It's for Jordan, right? He then took it and put, Dear Jordan,
like
your dad is a great guy. He stood out here for hours and then gave it back to me. And before I can correct him, he looked at me and said, times were way more difficult back when we were kids, am I right? And then he tapped my shoulder and left. Dwayne is 52. I am 26. What I'm saying is, so Gen Z definitely looks older. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I thought he was a millennial at first too.
The one with the Rock, he says it was much easier when back in our day when the Rock tapped him, it was a lot easier back in our day. I was like, wow, that is rough. But
What do you guys think about it?
I was like,
You
I
think it's
don't think
valid?
Gen Z gets stressed out. I feel like millennials always get stressed out. Like there's always like those generation jokes, and they always make the millennial like stressed out. Like those like corporate reels where they'll be like the millennials in a Snuggie with coffee and always like just stressed out.
I will say this. I agree with you. I don't know about the Gen Z one, but I know they say millennials look a lot younger than the generation before them. And it's not even like nothing crazy, but they have pictures of people in Hollywood, basically for like when in the 80s or something, when they were in their 30s, and they look like our grandparents.
Wow.
Like they look old. I was like, wow. And they were like, oh, it's plastic surgery, blah, 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 blah. I mean, maybe, but at the same time, they're also mentioning that our generation doesn't smoke as much. Like we don't be smoking cigarettes and vapes and stuff like that, while Gen Z smokes a lot of vapes.
Yeah.
And also, I'm guessing our lifestyle is more conducive to, like he said, less stress. Like we're more free spirited. Like millennials are super free spirited, so we don't take things as stressful. Like
I disagree with that.
I thought we were more stressed than Gen Z. Gen Z's kind of like, I don't care.
no. So I saw something the other day. So I was talking about you talk about like stress and anxiety and what causes it and stuff like that, and how social media is a direct cause of anxiety and stress. And because yes, we deal with social media a lot, but they were raised on social media.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're more stressed internally, but we might show it on the outside, but they're like stressed more internally.
Okay, since you mentioned that, okay, it made me think. Do you think it's the fact that our childhood, we were not exposed to cell phones and social media, and we were able to go out and play more and like do other stuff and be more active in the world and not be like having more screen time? Maybe because I think that don't you say like screen time also ages you, right? Or like that type of radiation and stuff. I think I've heard that a lot,
Something
or something like that. Right?
It's also, do you think it's like pop culture? Because it's like social media, and then you worry about your image. So it's like now they're growing up in an age of like plastic surgery, fillers, Botox.
Yeah.
And it's like so many Gen Z people are like getting these preventative measures when it should ideally used to be for like people to age gracefully.
No, 100%. That's a prime example. If you think about when we were kids, you weren't comparing yourself to somebody in, I don't know, in Europe and Asia and stuff like that. You don't know those people. Like, you just see celebs. You're like, oh, that person's a celebrity, whatever, right? You just compared yourself whether you knew it or not, just to like your classmates. And if you were comparing yourself to the classmate, sure, there was that one person that was smarter than you, that one girl that might look better, the one guy that was taller, one guy that maybe got all the girls, one girl that got all the guys, it's vice versa. But you only were comparing yourself to like, oh, that person just has this one thing better than me. But, you know, I might be better at them than this, or so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But then now, because of social media, we talked about this in the past, but people are comparing themselves because social media blasts out extremes to you. It makes you feel like everyone looks this good, or everyone is this successful, or everyone's like this, like, and you don't feel like you're at that point. And that causes so much stress for, I think, younger generations. Like, I just saw, I know it's a joke, but there's like a lot of self-improvement people, and there's like these kids who are like 12 years old. He's like, 12 years old. I'm gonna make something of myself. I'm taking a cold shower every day, and they're doing all this extreme ass shit, and they're like 12.
Okay, I see what you mean. Cause like, I think that I don't know what your childhood was like, but like for me and my brother, I think like all the way up until like high school, or even actually in high school, go to school, come back, we play, go outside, play some sports, you know, ride some bikes, rollerblade. We were active. I in my opinion, I think that we were so much more active than Gen Z was growing up, because I wasn't even exposed to cell phones until when I was almost done in high school. So I never got screen time. I didn't started getting like regular screen time until basically college.
Yeah, I didn't have my first cell phone until like senior year.
And when did social media even come out for us? Like when did it start getting huge for us? It was like a big thing.
We had MySpace, but that was it.
Yeah.
It was like, our screen time for MySpace back then is like nothing compared to easy access on your phones now.
You may do a post one night, every night, but then like I will say, I didn't even use Instagram. Like I didn't even like. Someone had to convince me to get Instagram, because I was like, I don't want to be on that joint. And then that was back in 2013. 13, yeah. I didn't start using Instagram until 2013, so almost basically 10 years ago. Yeah. And then I didn't really get into it until like 2014 when I moved up here. So that's like I've only had like maybe like 10 years of like regular screen time, compared to Gen Z's probably like they've been on the phones for their entire lives and stuff like that. And like you said, the comparison, stress about that stuff. Because I was not worried about that shit when I was growing up.
Yeah. And it's like we also didn't have like filters and everything. And comparison.
When we were starting on social media, the filters were filters. Like you're like, oh,
it was like fun, like cartoon stuff.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I can tell this is a filter. And now people are like, is this a filter? Or is this like, this is extremely edited or something like that? So I definitely feel that's why, and to piggyback off what you're saying, like we were outside more. That's what people say. Like if you want to get out of your head, use your body. So play.
For sure.
And kids our generation, they're like not playing. They're just playing on their phone.
To expand on that, I think that so back when COVID had just started, Jay is the one that basically brought up the ideas that we should go out and walk more. And I will say though, ever since then, 4 years ago, after been taking like regular walks and getting like routine or regular sunshine and vitamin D and stuff like that, and just having that natural light, it lifts your mood so much.
Yeah.
It lifts your mood so much, and as opposed to being like used to being inside all day working and stuff like that, and like never seeing the sun, because by the time you leave, it's like dark out.
Yeah.
I think that's what leads to seasonal depression too.
100%.
Yeah, everybody needs like vitamin D, and like taking supplements does not compare to like getting that natural sunlight in.
100%.
Yeah.
If you think about it, before COVID even happened, how much were you actually outside when the sun was up? Because you work from home.
Exactly.
So you didn't even go out in the sun at all.
Yeah, I think I was like really happy during COVID lockdown, because it's like, we had nothing else to do. So I would just like spend my time outside. Like we had built our home garage gym. So we were like outside and running outside. Yeah.
100%. I think there's a science. I mean, there's points with all this. So I think this means that everyone needs to move to warmer climates and just be outside. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's a lot of things to do with it too. I think also with social media, I think there's like a popularization of like, I don't know, like a lot of things would make people feel stressed about it. Like
it's comparison, bro. It's 100% comparison.
Yeah, I feel like just everything added to that just makes them grow up faster too. They're starting activities where we wouldn't, you know, like I'm at a much younger age. I was like girls, for example, like makeup. My mom did not let me touch makeup until like college. Versus now, it's just like little teenage girls are buying makeup.
Wait, how much younger is your sister than you?
7.
7 years. Do you notice a big difference between her and you? Because she's technically Gen Z.
Yeah.
Do you think she's more stressed than you are?
I don't know. Maybe I feel like I can be pretty stressed out with certain things.
What about I'm also thinking this. I think diet has to do with it too. I think that like us growing up, the food choices we have might have been a little bit better. And I feel like as with time, food just gotten worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm getting with this, okay? I think that being able to cook is kind of like a dying thing. Okay, the ability to cook is just a dying ability. It's not that people can't cook or don't have the ability to cook. I think it's that people just don't have the desire or the want to put in the effort to cook. Because cooking is easy.
Yeah.
All of it's out there. You know, like literally all of it's out there. But I feel that people with the convenience of like Uber Eats, people with like, I don't know, just like even like going to the grocery store, people just like deliver all the groceries now.
Yeah.
So people never leave the house. They just sit at home all day. Those are valuable steps, you know? And then people just DoorDash food every day and just eat out all the time. And I think that also plays a factor as well. And maybe I'm not trying to question parenting skills or anything. Maybe that has to do with it too. Maybe you're not like cooking like nutritious food for your kids, and that's leading to that.
It's all a cycle. It's all like it all like relates to one another.
Yeah.
Because I even think a lot of us, I mean, come on, when you eat good food, it makes you happy.
Yes.
Right? So you don't want to cook your own food because it doesn't taste as good. So then you're going to DoorDash it because you're like, that joint's good. And then you feel good about it for like a bit of time, but the food quality is probably so dookie that you feel bad again. So you get sad again. Then you go on your phone to make you feel not sad. And then it just makes you even sadder because you're parents. Yeah. And it's just a spiral.
Yeah.
When you were growing up, did your mom like cook you like food every night, like dinner and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So like you basically had like a good like wholesome meal every night from your parents.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the same thing with me and my brother. Like me growing up, we had so much wholesome like home cooked meals every night, every morning. The only one was lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fuck with the fried chicken sandwiches at work, at school.
Yeah.
But that was the
French fries.
Those French fries be busted.
Cafeteria food was good.
Yeah. Especially the French fries. And you put the little salt and pepper packets on there.
Yes.
Ooh!
Yes.
And then
the cookies sometimes they had $1. They had like $1 cookies. Oh my god, them joints are huge. They're like this big cookies.
Yeah, those are the days. But then, oh well.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on that?
Stop stressing, Gen Z. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I was like, motion just plays such an important part. Like I see so many articles about like just because now that we're remote, like it's important to get your body moving versus like if you're sitting at your computer 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, like it'll age you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I agree. Okay. This is another submitted topic. This person wants us to dissect the white male, Asian female dilemma.
Oh my god.
Ordeal.
This is not even a dilemma. Is it what do they call it? What do they call it? Some guy like they even made a name for it.
I don't know. They said WMAF. They say talk about WMAF. It stands for white man, Asian female.
Do you want me? I can chime in before you chime in because I feel like if she chimes in first, they might like slaughter her or something like that. I would say this as an Asian dude. Who cares?
Okay.
Like who cares? Let people date who they want to date. Like if someone doesn't like you, is it because you're Asian? Maybe. But maybe it's not. And if it is, there's 7 billion people in this world. You'll find someone else. Just keep it moving.
Okay.
It's going to be okay. Like, it's going to be okay.
I thought about this topic very, very heavily, and I have a lot to say.
God.
But do you want to go first or want me to go first?
You can go first.
Are you want me to go first?
You let her go. We can sandwich. Because you say you have a
feel
lot
like
to say.
I don't really have much. Like I've seen the jokes about it too. Like I've seen both ways. I've seen stuff like salute to our like fallen sister, like just gone to a white man. And I've also seen it the other way around where it's like white guys love Asian girls. Yeah.
They say Asian females are the most desired of any ethnicity. Did you know that? You're
I can
the
see it.
most desired. And then us Asian males, we're the least desired.
Stand up, my Asian
Really?
brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they say that on dating apps that Asian women get the most like likes and
Yeah.
attention, and Asian men get the least. Which, you know what? I completely understand. We can get into it, but I don't want to get into it. Okay, but
I feel like some people just fetishize.
Fetishize.
Yeah.
fetishize.
Just like being with an Asian. That's another big thing too.
That is true. I can agree with that. I
Because
can.
I've been called, like, this one guy was like, "Oh, I love like exotic women," and I was like, "What?" He's like, "Now, like, I've never been with like an Asian before," and I was like, "Okay."
So you
Yeah,
like
so
a.
it's kind of weird.
I mean, you say that, and I know somebody. They are married now, but her man's is a Caucasian male, and he only has dated Asian women in the past, and now he's married to an Asian woman. Love you both. Congrats on the marriage. But yeah, it's a real thing.
It was yellow fever. Is it banana fever?
Yellow
fever.
fever.
Okay, yellow fever. Okay, you guys ready for what I had to say about this?
God. Brace for impact.
Okay, like I said, I thought about this a lot, and this is why I think it happens. Okay, this is not. I know for a fact this is not in every case it happens. I know that sometimes Asian women just go after a white men because they grow up in a very white dominant area, and that's just what they're all exposed to, and that's just what they like. And at the end of the day, you like what you like, and no one can say any different. So just because you're in a interracial couple, no one can say shit about it because it's your life. You do what the hell you want. That's what it comes down to. You like what you like, you go after what you like. But this is my hypothesis. Okay, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Strap your seatbelts.
Yep.
Ready? Y'all let me know if y'all agree or disagree, and you can cook me if I'm wrong. Okay. So in previous podcasts and our interracial episode, Viv, you and Nicole said something very, very I guess that was memorable. That made me think. Okay. When it comes to Asian guys or Asian people in general, marriage is very, very sacred. Okay. I think in Asian cultures and in traditional, in any type of traditional culture, marriage is held at such a higher level of, has higher impact, bigger impact, you know, and it means more. There's more weight to it. And I think because of that, like we're talking about Asian males now, since we're talking about white males and Asian females, I think Asian males grow up thinking like this is like a very serious thing. So you take it very, very seriously. And so you don't like kind of just graze through it and you just go like, oh, marriage is what it matters. It is whatever. So when you introduce people to your family and stuff like that, you don't just do it to anybody. You do it to only people that you know you're really, really, really serious about. Correct? And so because of that, I think the Asian males tend to progress through a relationship a lot slower because they want to make sure it is right. And like I want to make sure this person is the right person that I do want to marry. And I'm not going to like throw it out casually. Okay. Now, and because of that, I think that Asian males also get married traditionally like later than the rest of the population. Whereas when it comes to white people, I'm sorry, they get married so early and they get married so fast.
Like young?
Yeah,
early,
like they take it like I said, I could be wrong, but from my observation, I noticed that white people just get married so much more easier than Asian men. For instance, have y'all seen Love is Blind?
Nah.
No.
Have you seen Love? Okay, I recently got into Love is Blind. Okay, and I'm watching this, and you guys get the whole synopsis, right?
Yeah.
And you date you're in the pods, you're talking for like 2 weeks or whatnot, and you have to propose to them, right? And then you go on a honeymoon, and then you go on a month, and you get married. There's not a lot of Asians on the show. There's like maybe a couple, but you don't see a lot of Asians. I'm like
Everybody's got to kill you if you move that fast.
for sure. And exactly, this is my hypothesis on why. It's because you take it so seriously. And the thing is, I was seeing this trend. Like these people were legit on this. You know these people for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're saying, I love you though.
Yeah.
That they drop I love you so easily. I'm like, dude, you know the person for 2 weeks, but you always say I love you like that. And like they just kept saying, I love you more than anything. I'm like, dude, I can't even fathom me telling a girl I love you after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let alone maybe 2 months, right? Like even for you, Viv, like it takes a couple months, right?
Like a year.
Like year.
Yeah,
Like years.
But see, that's my point. So
Yeah.
my hypothesis is I think the reason why a lot of Asian women end up with white men is because, like I said, it could be wrong, but I think that traditionally white men and Western men tend to take weddings and like take marriage so much more lightly, and they're willing to throw the I love yous and stuff like that easier. And they
Yeah.
basically give Asian women what they want, which is marriage. And they, because they hold marriage so much more seriously, they want that marriage so bad, so they get it from somebody, from a source that is maybe easier than from a
Yeah.
traditional Asian guy, which is so much more difficult to do because they see it in such a high regard.
I want to like add to that. Like, do you think it, on top of like throwing I love you, like I love yous around and like words of endearment, they're always, you know, like fluffing those, like fluffing out words like, hey love, like what's up, or like that type of thing. I remember my mom told me when I was younger, she was just like, you should marry, you know, American. She's like, usually with Asians, like, she's like, your dad doesn't tell me like I love you. Like, I'm sure he does, but it's like, we don't express that as much as like white guys do. Like, they're not as expressive. She's like, women need those like words of endearment or like make them feel loved. So it's like a lot of white guys in their culture have that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's exactly what I mean. It's because there's that lack of connection.
Yeah, so that's probably what makes them attracted to.
Yes, and they
white
get it
guys.
from more white men. So so I had a conversation with somebody.
They fluff up so many words. Like, I remember I barely started dating this guy. He'll call me like sweetheart and stuff, and it was just like, I get weirded with those kind of things, but at the same time, I feel like it kind of like healed, you know, like my child, because like I never got those words of endearment, so it was like nice to hear, and then you end up like falling for those things.
And then this is another observation that I've made. I've noticed that there are a lot more interracial couples in bigger cities. When it comes to like big metropolitan areas, the interracial couples are a lot more prevalent, because I think when you start getting to suburban areas and like maybe not as populated or like not big cities, those Asian groups tend to be a little bit more exclusive and date within each other. But when you get into big cities where there's a huge melting pot, I noticed that interracial couples happen more. And I think that that's where my hypothesis and just my observation came from, because they're probably, these Asian women are probably dating other Asian guys, but they're so serious, or like maybe they just want to play the field and find the best option possible for them, and indirectly, you know, leading the girls on, maybe not giving them marriage and commitment as soon as they want. And because these guys are like, you know, if I'm gonna commit to somebody, I really want to commit to somebody. And then going back to the whole white thing, I feel like white people just throw I love yous, throw that type of affection so much more easier. And like I said, I feel like they take marriage so much more easier. And I think divorce is so much more like, I guess, common. You know, so it's like, you know what, I'll do it. I'll get married to you. If it doesn't work, we can just end it. I'll go into another marriage. That's my hypothesis. I think why the white male Asian female thing is so prevalent, because basically, to say it straight, I think Asian women just tired of waiting and the long game with Asian dudes, so they just opt for the white guy, which will give them the affection, the marriage, the commitment, all that at a so much faster pace than they want, because they throw it out so much more casually.
That's fair.
I see it.
That's fair.
Like I said, I could be completely wrong, right? And I could be, and please let me know in the comments if I'm completely wrong. You know, I'm here. Just throw me the shots.
Yeah.
Throw the shot. Disprove me. But that's my hypothesis on why I think it is so prevalent.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say people are like food, but you can't hate on somebody for liking a certain kind of food. Just like you can't hate on somebody for liking a certain race. Like, just let people live.
Yeah.
I just think it's bad when you're an Asian dude and you're getting angry at an Asian girl for dating a white dude. Like, who cares? Like, it's not.
Agreed.
It's like, don't do that. Like, that's just dumb.
Agreed. And I agree with you. I think that at the end of the day, if the couple wants to be interracial, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like, who cares?
Who cares?
Everybody has their own free of choice to be with whoever they want, and you can't judge somebody because they're interracial, right? But like I said, at the end of the day, maybe that was a search. Maybe she was like, I used to date Asian dudes, but guess what? Fuck these guys. Fuck these guys. And then end up just with the white guy. Because you know what? They gave her what she wanted. You know, and at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want to feel loved. You want somebody to like be your ride or die at the end of the day. And that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah. But to your point, they also move pretty quick too, whether if it's like divorce and all that stuff. So my mom, like years later, she'll be like, yeah, I don't know. Like, you're on your own. Like, you just, whatever race you stick with, that you don't have to divorce.
Yeah. Because that's the big thing too. And I feel like traditional cultures, divorce is like
not an option.
It's not an option. Where in Western culture, divorce is like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I can't tell you how many people, like me and my brother grew up in a very like whitewashed place. Divorce was so common.
This is my stepdad. This is my stepmom. This is my stepsister. This is my stepbrother. I'm
exactly.
like, dang.
Everybody has stepdads. Everybody has stepmoms. So like to me, like the sanctity of marriage wasn't as sacred, and it wasn't as heavy. So people took it more casually and were able to
more
give.
free spirited.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, crazy to me. And I'm coming from an Asian guy, and I'm like, I'm the same exact way. Like, dude, if I'm gonna give you commitment, though, I'm taking my jolly ass time. I'm not doing that. Oh yeah, I'm getting married like this or whatever.
I'm in it for the long haul.
So I get it. That's also why I'm speaking on that, because I'm talking about from personal ideology and like what I see from friends and stuff like that.
For sure.
But any final thoughts? What do you think, Jay?
No, you hit the nail on the head. That makes a lot of good. That's a lot of good points.
That's like I said, that's just my hypothesis. I don't know if it's right or not.
Yeah.
But all right, the next one is, let's be on this topic of like divorce and everything. Let me ask you a question. When a breakup happens, does the heart break even?
No.
Why not?
There's always somebody that gets hurt more.
Which one is it?
I don't know. I feel like we talked about this before. It either could be the person that got broken up with, but sometimes it could be the person that had to make, I can't English anymore, had to make the decision to break up with that person. Like, they could be hurting too.
Okay.
For whatever reason.
Okay. What's you, Jay?
Everything that she said, I just agree with it. No, it doesn't. I think whoever does the breaking up, like, both people hurt, but the person who gets broken up with hurts more because they're probably like slightly blindsided by it. But I mean, also, but actually, no, you're right. Because there are some people who just stay in the relationship, but they don't want to be the one that ends it. So they just stay around until the other person ends it. Right?
Okay.
There's some people,
that guy.
There's some people that do that. I'm not saying that's all. So there's not like a one size fits all that whoever does this hurts more, whoever does this hurts less or something like that. But yeah, it's always an uneven. It's whoever cares more of the time gets their heart broken more. That's it.
Okay. I think that in any type of relationship, I know that everybody always wants to believe that the feelings are mutual and that you like each other the exact same. But I can guarantee you there is not a single relationship out there where both parties like each other exactly in the same exact level. Somebody always likes one person more.
But it deviates.
Yeah.
It could deviate. Yes, you're right. I feel like within a relationship, it can deviate where at one point one person might like the other person, and it might flip flop. You know, but at one given time, it is never equal. It might be maybe life. Maybe this person just doesn't have as much emotional capacity to like you as much right now because work or whatnot. And the other person's got more free time to like you and think about you.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I think that at any given time, two people never like each other exactly at the same level. Somebody always likes somebody more.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that Jay said it. I feel like nobody ever wants to be the one that cares more, because I think it puts you at a vulnerable spot where you feel that you're going to get hurt if you like the person more. Is that right?
But basically, I mean, that's not exactly what I said, but I see what you mean. I was just saying that whoever cares more is probably the one who gets hurt more.
Yeah. I don't know. That's okay. Okay. I agree.
But no, you're 100% right in saying that, most people are too afraid to end it. I would say that.
Okay. Okay. I agree. But like I said, so it doesn't break even, right?
No.
All right. This is the last question. This is a fun one. Okay. It might be a fun one. It might be a bad one, but I thought this would be a good one to close on. Okay. We're gonna this. I want you guys to think of this scenario. Okay. Two people, they break up. Okay. And they get back together a couple months later. Okay. We'll say they broke up in January and they get back together in May or whatever. Right. But in that time that they were separated, one of them fucked another person or slept with another person. Okay. Is that considered cheating?
I mean, it.
No, because you're not together anymore.
Yeah.
Just like whatever you do outside of that relationship is not cheating
Okay.
because you're not committed to anybody.
I'll say yes unless they said that we're on a break, not broken up.
No, they broke. No, you're fully broken up.
There is no breaks just for a break. Like that makes no sense.
Some people just have breaks that they just need like a space. from
Yeah.
each other.
Oh,
okay,
okay.
I see it.
I see what you're saying.
I was thinking like break up for good.
Yeah, yeah,
And then they
mhm.
ended up like back together for some reason.
No. Some people just say, "Oh yeah, we need a break from each other," and then they take.
Oh, that kind of break.
They give like space, but if they're broken up, no, I don't think it is.
The first like informal break, that's cheating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're basing that like a couple. Hey, like me and you were like a couple, right? So hey, Adelaide, I think we should take a break.
We should take a break.
So if you say we should take a break, then that means if you go and sleep with another person, that's cheating. Because
Yes.
technically you never broke up.
Yeah, but if you're like, hey,
You're just taking some space.
yes,
Okay, but if you say, hey, I freaking hate you. You don't treat me right. I want to break up with you.
and then if you say yes after that,
Yeah.
no, it's not
And
cheating.
then I'll say, fuck this guy. And
And then you text, hey.
and then yeah, and I go fuck somebody else. And then like a couple months later, he goes, baby, I want you back. Baby, come back.
Yeah, there it is. That is not cheating.
And then you take me back, and the next one, and then he goes like, "Hey, listen, I fucked somebody else."
It's not
Like,
cheating.
That's not cheating. Okay,
That's
I
not
agree.
cheating.
I agree.
It's not cheating.
But let me ask you a question though: is the person that say that the couple like y'all broke up, y'all get back together, and the person did sleep with somebody else? Does the other person are they justified in getting mad at the person that slept with somebody else during that breakup period? Should they be mad or have the right to be mad?
No, you're not with that person. Like I'd be sad, but I can't control that.
Yeah, I can agree with what they've said.
I agree with you too, Viv. I think that you have no right to be mad because that person was single.
Yeah.
And they can do, I guess, if you didn't want that person to sleep with somebody, then you shouldn't have broke up with them.
Unless you were the one that got broken up with.
Yes. That's basically what I mean.
But I'm saying if you're the one who got broken up with,
actually, you know what? Now when you say like that,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that
if you-
changes the
if
dynamic.
if you broke up with somebody, like if you're the one who ended it with them, you can't be controlling of it. But if they broke up with you,
oh, okay, let's go
doesn't
there.
that change the dynamics? You're
that-
like,
that does change
you're,
the
you're like,
dynamic.
I didn't even want this issue to end anyway, and now it's ended, and you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. I see where you go. So you're basically saying that we'll say, give me a name. We'll say Jill and Jack. Okay. Jill and Jack. Jack and Jill. Okay. Okay. So you're saying if Jill broke up with Jack and then slept with another guy, and
Jerry, she slept with Jerry.
then she slept with Jerry, and then got back with Jack. So
I'm not gonna say Jack has a right to be mad, but if he is mad, I can understand why.
Yeah.
okay, I can see that. But if Jill breaks up with Jack,
No, if Jack breaks up with Jill, and then Jack sleeps with Janice, and then gets back with Jill, Jack can't be mad if Jill is mad at her.
okay, I see what you're saying, because since you broke up with somebody,
Oh no, I'm wrong. Jack broke up with Jill,
okay,
right? And then Jill sleeps with Jerry. Jack has no reason to be mad because Jack was the one who broke up with her.
I agree with that.
That's what I mean.
I agree with it because you're like you didn't even want me,
yes.
Yeah.
so I can do what I want.
Yes.
And then you're like, you can't get mad at me for just being a free person because now I'm
Yes.
trying to find love again.
Yes.
Okay, but if it's the other way around where Jack breaks up with Jill and then Jack fucks another person and then gets back with Jill, Jill can't be mad at Jack. Oh, so you basically just broke up with me to fuck that other person?
Yes, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay. I agree with that. What do you think? What do you think,
Yeah,
Viv?
I agree.
It's not that they have a right to be mad, but if they are mad, I can understand why. Because it's not like they wanted
You're
it to end.
empathizing.
Yeah. I get why that it's like that. because it's like piggybacking off the earlier question. Does the heart break even when something splits? Clearly, the person who is doing the splitting is already their foot is already out the door.
True.
So the person whose foot is still in the door is probably still hurting. So if they have that, they're just hurting even more.
Okay. I agree with everything you just said. I agree with everything.
That's how I see it.
So okay.
Jack, Jill, Janice, and Jerry.
And you don't have to use all the other J names. I say Jack and Jill because it just kind of goes together.
I know, but
you could have said Kevin or like Mary.
But
or
I just kept going on because I just thought it was funny.
But you probably confused everybody listening. They're like Jack, Jill, Janice, Jay.
Oh my God! I have a nice little character up here talking about it. I'll have a whiteboard next time.
All right. I have a whiteboard.
I can draw it up again if you want.
No. I think they got the picture. But anyways, I think we can end it there for the day. You can go ahead and close out since you started us off.
Thank you guys for watching. Click the like, click the subscribe, leave any comments, ask any questions. We'll be sure to get back to them. And until the next time, peace.
Deuces.